Brig, I have one question for you.
Okay.
Is it possible to met the bed in May?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So let's talk about the Mets for just a little bit. Then I actually have kind of like a metaphor, I guess, to go along with this. Anyway,
Okay.
so Colorado, the Rockies came in. The Rockies are bad. The Rockies
They're bad.
going into Monday are actually 14-22. Not a good team, right? But they came in and um, they were 12-21 going into the weekend. Friday they won. Oh, did the Mets win that one on Friday, 1-0?
Yeah, the Mets won Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was 5-2 on Saturday and 13-6 on Sunday.
Colorado both games.
Yeah, yeah. So the Rockies are up 7 runs in the fifth. Is it Lucchesi or Lucchesi? Is that how you say his name? Lucchesi?
I think it's Lucchesi.
Lucchesi, I think you're right. Went 4 innings pitched, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits and 3 walks, only 1 home run. Replaced Jimmy Yaka Bonehead or Yaka Bonus.
Yeah, Yaka Bonehead.
who went 1/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks. Walks kill, man. Like
They're
they say crack
important.
kills, but walks kill.
Walks are
And
important.
1 home run. He then was replaced by Tommy Hunter, who went 2 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 1 home run. And keep in mind, this was played in New York, not in Colorado.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is in Queens. Okay.
Pretty much sea level.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Lucchese's ERA is now 4.43. Yaka Boneheads is 9.00. Hunter's is 7.11.
7.11.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But the problem, like with relievers, is that they have like such a small sample size that like especially at the beginning of the season, I feel like their ERA really fluctuates a lot. Like
It does, but
you'll get a reliever in the middle of May who has a 0.05 ERA because he's
true.
been in like 5 games, you know?
Yeah, but listen, Yaka Bonehead here pitches a third of an inning, gives up 4 runs, 2 walks, and a dinger. No. Every bit of that 9.0 ERA.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
That's not a small sample size problem.
Well, it's literally 1/3 of an inning, though. That's why he went there, and that's what kills me.
That's why it's a small sample size, because he can't freaking handle it.
If he had gotten one more out, it would be lower. But anyway, so last year's Mets were under 500 for 0 days. Count them 0, goose egg. They're 3-11 their last 14 games. Currently, today, they are 17-18 going into Monday. Pretty rough weekend for the Mets. Don't call them the Metropolitans. Buck Showalter says he's not concerned with anything but wins and losses, calling everything else fodder for analysis and evaluation. And they also, by the by, were swept by the Tigers, who are not a good team either.
The Mets got swept by the Tigers last week. And
That's
then
ugly.
The Rockies this weekend.
Well, the Rockies took 2 out of 3, but still.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Can't lose the series.
It feels like a sweep, though.
Yeah, it does. If you're going to be competing in the National League, you can't be swept by the Rockies.
Especially with how good the Braves are. You can't. You just can't be playing this way. Sorry.
The Tigers are second place in the AL Central, by the way, though.
Which makes as much sense as a football bat.
It does. Yeah. So here, let me talk about this with metting the bed in May. Okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
So I don't know how this is going to work, Brig, but anyway. So metting the bed obviously comes from wetting the bed, right? So if you have a kid and he wets the bed at like 4:30 in the morning. Okay, maybe they had a big glass of water before bed. They just slept through, they're tired. That's fine. That I feel like is like falling off in like September, right? But in May, like the Mets need to be better than this with how much talent they have and as much money they have tied in. Like that's just like that's like 9 p.m. Right? Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, to continue your analogy, this is like the kid drank a bunch of water, went to bed. As soon as mom and dad said goodbye, they deliberately peed the bed and then cried for help.
Right.
and knew mom and dad were going to come and take care of it. And they were like, ha, ha, ha. Like, that's what this is like.
Yeah, so you know exactly where I was going with that, because that's 100% right. Yeah,
This is
that's what that feels
disgusting.
like, is that when there are teams struggling this early in the season, the Mets should be fine. And I
Of all
know,
the
I know
teams.
Justin Verlander gave
Don't
up a
care.
couple home runs, but that's his
Don't
first
care.
outing of the season. He's got a pass, I feel like. He's old guy, and it's
Yeah.
his first outing of the season.
Totally. Exactly. Still don't
But
care.
he should have gotten run support.
Yep.
That's the issue.